Has there been any talk or coordination on the sanctions front with the new U.S. administration to date? No?
No, I mean, the new administration was very helpful in convincing our Hungarian colleagues to do the rollover of sanctions. And it is not wise to let go, some good cards that you have in your hand. So we shouldn't do that. That's very clear, yeah.
And I have read J.D. Vance on Twitter, the vice president, say that the U.S. maintains leverage, and presumably he's referring to the sanctions. How dependent or codependent are European sanctions on the American sanctions regime? Which is to say, if the U.S. decides to go for sanctions relief, does Europe then feel obligated to go the same course? Do you think it's possible to maintain your own sanctions regime on the Russians?
It is possible to maintain our own sanctions regime, and even if the rollover is not decided on the European level, then the individual countries who are the coalition of the willing can do the sanctions on their own. So if we don't have, this is one of the things. When I'm very often asked that, Americans are talking to the Russians, they are agreeing something, and you are not part of it. Then, I always ask back in very, very practical terms, how do you really see this? How do you see an agreement between, Russia and America working regarding Europe, that Europe has no say, because we need to implement those agreements. If we don't agree to this, you can agree whatever, but it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So you need the Europeans on board.